Welcome to Wisdom Essence. Imagine stepping into a chapter of life where every choice can bring you more freedom, more joy, and even more abundance. After 70, life holds a special advantage, the power to let go of everything that no longer serves you and to focus on what truly matters. Today, we're revealing powerful insights that can transform this stage of life, helping you not only feel lighter and healthier, but wealthier in spirit and happiness. Ready to uncover the secrets to a life filled with fulfillment and ease? Let's dive in. 1. Worrying about the opinions of others. For a significant portion of our lives, many of us are conditioned to place a great deal of importance on how other people view us. The expectations of our family, friends, co-workers, and society as a whole are something that we work hard to fulfill. The acceptance of others, whether it be via professional accomplishments, personal choices, or social standing, frequently plays a key part in being a significant factor in determining our judgments. On the other hand, as we become older, the relevance of this worry steadily decreases. By the time we reach the age of 70, the significance of the things that other people think becomes more irrelevant. At this point in your life, you have gained sufficient experience to understand that the opinion of another person should not be used to determine your value or to steer the way you spend your life. Through this newly discovered clarity comes freedom. At this point in time, you are in a position to completely embrace your real self, rather than conforming to the conventions of society or looking for affirmation from other sources. You are wise enough to see that the only way to achieve genuine satisfaction is to live in accordance with your own ideals, rather than those that are pushed on you by other people. Imagine the moments when you may have made choices depending on how other people may evaluate you. Think back to those times. Is it true that such decisions brought you happiness? Imagine for a moment the sense of freedom that would result from making decisions completely based on what you believe to be the appropriate choice for you. Your freedom to prioritize your own pleasure without seeking acceptance is something you have the right to do, regardless of whether it is how you dress, where you live, or how you spend your time. It is time for you to live your life according to your own standards, free from the judgments of other people. You will be able to recover your own power and live a more real life if you take this load off of your shoulders. Through the process of letting go of the desire for validation from others, you will discover a profound sense of contentment and delight in simply being yourself. 2. Accumulating material possessions. When we were younger, many of us placed a high value on the accumulation of material goods, such as purchasing a home, purchasing a new automobile, or filling closets with clothing. This was true regardless of the type of item. The act of pursuing things is frequently seen as a representation of prosperity, security, or accomplishment. On the other hand, as we become older, the significance of tangible belongings begins to diminish. When you reach the age of 70, it becomes abundantly evident that the accumulation of additional possessions does not lead to happiness. In point of fact, the gradual amassing of material possessions might turn out to be a cause of worry rather than joy. It's possible that as we become older, we'll come to the realization that we've spent years amassing things that are no longer useful to us or that clutter up our living spaces. Although these things may have sentimental significance or be a representation of past achievements, they also have the potential to make us feel burdened. It takes a lot of time, effort, and mental space to keep a home full of goods, and most of the time, the things that we own end up turning into something that we own. The present moment is the ideal time to reassess your connection with the things that you bring into your life. Think about the things that provide genuine worth to your life and the things that you can let go of. When you take a look around your house, ask yourself whether there are any items that you have been keeping but that are no longer useful. Do you have any pieces of furniture that you no longer use, garments that you haven't worn in years, or electronic devices that are sitting in a drawer without being used? It is possible that decluttering might be a really liberating experience. Not only do you create space in your house when you let go of tangible stuff, but you also create space in your mind and soul, as well as in your heart and other parts of your body. When compared to the act of clinging to material possessions, you will discover that making room for new experiences, memories, and friendships is a far more fulfilling endeavor. To put it another way, the joy of life is not found in material items, but rather in meaningful events, meaningful relationships, and personal development. 2. Accumulating material possessions. When we were younger, many of us placed a high value on the accumulation of material goods, such as purchasing a home, purchasing a new automobile, or filling closets with clothing. This was true regardless of the type of item. The act of pursuing things is frequently seen as a representation of prosperity, security, or accomplishment. On the other hand, as we become older, the significance of tangible belongings begins to diminish. When you reach the age of 70, it becomes abundantly evident that the accumulation of additional possessions does not lead to happiness. In point of fact, the gradual amassing of material possessions might turn out to be a cause of worry rather than joy. It's possible that as we become older, we'll come to the realization that we've spent years amassing things that are no longer useful to us or that clutter up our living spaces. Although these things may have sentimental significance or be a representation of past achievements, they also have the potential to make us feel burdened. It takes a lot of time, effort, and mental space to keep a home full of goods, and most of the time, the things that we own end up turning into something that we own. The present moment is the ideal time to reassess your connection with the things that you bring into your life. Think about the things that provide genuine worth to your life and the things that you can let go of. When you take a look around your house, ask yourself whether there are any items that you have been keeping but that are no longer useful. Do you have any pieces of furniture that you no longer use, garments that you haven't worn in years, or electronic devices that are sitting in a drawer without being used? It is possible that decluttering might be a really liberating experience. Not only do you create space in your house when you let go of tangible stuff, but you also create space in your mind and soul, as well as in your heart and other parts of your body. When compared to the act of clinging to material possessions, you will discover that making room for new experiences, memories, and friendships is a far more fulfilling endeavor. To put it another way, the joy of life is not found in material items, but rather in meaningful events, meaningful relationships, and personal development. 4. Chasing society's standards of beauty. Young age and outward appearance have been seen as indicators of attractiveness by society for a very long time. There is a constant barrage of messages that correlate beauty with having flawless skin, toned bodies, and a young look. These messages can be seen everywhere, from magazine covers to ads. As a result of the pressure that many people feel to comply with the beauty standards of society, they may spend their whole lives trying to maintain their youthful appearance or conceal the typical indications of aging. After the age of 70, however, the concept of pursuing these external norms loses all significance. Having wrinkles, gray hair, and other symptoms of aging is not anything to be embarrassed of. Rather, it is proof that you have lived a life that is full and meaningful. There is a tale behind every single line on your face. As you get older, each gray hair is a sign that you have gained knowledge over the course of your life. As opposed to viewing these markings as defects, you should consider them to be representations of resiliency and progress. As we become older, the traits that we as individuals embody, confidence, compassion, elegance, and authenticity, become more important than our physical appearance in terms of determining what constitutes genuine beauty. Regardless of our age, these are the characteristics that contribute to our overall attractiveness. People who emanate warmth, knowledge, and compassion are more likely to be the ones you like than those who correspond to the restrictive ideals of beauty that society has established. Embracing yourself in its whole, just as you are, is made possible when you let go of the beauty standards that society has established. It is no longer necessary for you to feel pushed to conceal the natural indications of aging or to adapt to standards that would be impossible to achieve. You are able to liberate yourself from the never-ending cycle of attempting to cure something that was never wrong if you embrace your body and look with love and admiration. The beauty you possess at the age of 70 and beyond is a reflection of your life, your soul, and the power that is inside you. 5. Holding on to activities that no longer bring fulfillment. Throughout the course of our lives, we all create habits, interests, and pastimes that were once sources of happiness for us. However, as time passes, it is possible that these hobbies will end up losing their significance or turning into more of a burden than a source of pleasure. After the age of 70, it is essential to reevaluate the way in which you spend your time and to let go of the pursuits that no longer provide you satisfaction. This does not imply giving up all of the things that you used to like doing. Rather, it means taking a deeper look at things to determine whether or not particular activities continue to offer you joy. Take, for instance, the fact that you used to enjoy playing bridge with your pals on a weekly basis, but that you now find the activity to be either exhausting or unsatisfying. It's also possible that you've been a member of a group for many years, but you no longer feel linked to the club's mission. You are free to withdraw from these activities if you find that they are no longer beneficial to you. By letting go of habits that are no longer relevant, one may make room for new interests and passions. The more you get older, the more likely it is that your priorities will change and that you will be drawn to other kinds of experiences. As a result, it is possible that you will uncover a passion for writing, gardening, or art that you have never explored before. You could also discover that spending more time with your family or participating in periods of quiet introspection brings you delight. Giving yourself permission to develop and progress is the goal of this strategy. After the age of 70, there are still many chances to learn new things and find satisfaction in life. The process of letting go of activities that no longer offer you joy allows you to make room in your life for new experiences that are congruent with who you are at this moment. 6. Tolerating toxic relationships. There is no doubt that relationships are an essential component of our lives, yet not all of these interactions are healthy or satisfying. It's possible that you've kept some connections in your life out of duty over the course of time, despite the fact that they brought negativity or stress into your life. On the other hand, once you reach the age of 70, there is no need to continue to put up with unhealthy relationships that sap your vitality and impact your mental well-being. It is possible for toxic relationships to take various forms, such as a friend who is continually critical of you, a member of your family who brings negativity into your life, or a casual acquaintance who makes you feel like you are not important. We frequently experience feelings of exhaustion, anxiety, or a lack of appreciation during these connections. But leaving unhealthy relationships is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is an act of self-care that you are doing for yourself. You have earned the right to be surrounded by people who encourage you, look out for your best interests, and bring positivity into your life. When you let go of unhealthy relationships, you make room for people who are better and more rewarding in their interactions. This gives you the opportunity to devote your time and attention to cultivating connections that are beneficial to your well-being and bring you happiness. Have you ever been able to see how much lighter you feel after spending time with someone who actually values and respects you? Those are the kinds of connections that are the most important. They are the ones that make you feel lifted up, valued, and understood. It is possible to improve the quality of your life and develop relationships that are more profound and significant if you give priority to these healthy connections. 7. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison is said to be the thief of joy, and there is a solid reason for this description. Throughout our lives, it is simple to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, whether it be a neighbor's family that appears to be ideal, a friend's financial success, or the accomplishments of a brother. It's possible that we'll find ourselves comparing our personal gratification and achievements to those of individuals around us. But by the time we reach the age of 70, we have realized a significant truth. The path that each individual travels is unique, and comparison is the only thing that may deprive us of our personal delight. It is impossible to find a single formula that can guarantee success, pleasure, or happiness. The things that provide joy to one person might not have the same effect on another person, and that is just fine. Your journey is a reflection of the decisions you've made, the experiences you've had, and the beliefs you hold dear. Your life is one of a kind. As soon as you let go of comparisons, you give yourself the freedom to truly appreciate the path that you are on. As an alternative to evaluating your value in comparison to that of others, you should appreciate your own achievements, regardless of how insignificant they may appear. You should acknowledge the significance of the experiences you've had and the lessons you've picked up along the road. By concentrating on your own journey, you may live your life in a more genuine manner and discover a deeper sense of fulfillment in who you are. 8. Clinging to outdated goals. There are a lot of us who, when we are younger, establish lofty objectives for ourselves based on the expectations of society, our own personal aspirations, or the dreams that we had at the time. Among these objectives may have been the establishment of a prosperous career, the attainment of financial security, or the attainment of renown in a certain sector. On the other hand, as we get older, our priorities change, and it's possible that some of those goals will no longer feel purposeful or relevant to us. At the age of 70, it is essential to reassess your objectives and figure out what is genuinely important to you at this point in time. Getting rid of ambitions that are no longer in line with your beliefs or desires is a totally acceptable course of action. When you were younger, for instance, you might have fantasized of climbing the corporate ladder, but now you realize that spending more time with the people you care about is far more satisfying. Or perhaps you formerly had the goal of amassing fortune, but now you place a higher value on experiences and memories than you do on achieving monetary achievement. In this time of your life, you may focus on what provides you joy, tranquility, and a feeling of purpose by revising your objectives and refocusing your attention on those things. Not the person you were 20 or 30 years ago, but the person you are right now should be reflected in your aspirations. When you let go of goals that are no longer relevant to your life, you are able to live your life with more intention and pursue the things that are actually important to you at this moment. 9. Feeling guilty for prioritizing your own happiness. The majority of us have spent a significant portion of our lives putting the requirements of other people ahead of our own, whether it be taking care of our families, completing our commitments at work, or living up to the expectations of our friends and loved ones. Because of this, we could have feelings of guilt when we finally make the effort to concentrate on our own pleasure. However, as you reach the age of 70, it is time to let go of that guilt and acknowledge that your happiness is just as important as the happiness of everyone else. You have spent decades taking care of other people, and now it is time for you to take care of yourself. Making your personal health and happiness a top priority is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is essential for your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. You will be better able to be present and meaningful for the people you care about when you take care of yourself and participate in things that offer you joy. This will allow you to be more present for the people you love. Who or what makes you happy? Is it going on a trip, spending time in nature, trying out a new activity, or just taking some time to unwind with a fantastic work of literature? Make it a top priority, regardless of what it is. You are deserving of treating your own happiness as the most important thing in your life, and by doing so, you will not only improve your own life, but also the lives of people who are in your immediate vicinity. Letting go for a lighter, more fulfilling life. As you move through life after 70, it becomes clear that some things simply don't hold the same weight they once did. By letting go of these burdens, whether it's the opinions of others, material possessions, toxic relationships, or societal expectations, you create space for what truly matters. This is your time to live more lightly, more intentionally, and with greater joy. Embrace the freedom that comes with this stage of life. Focus on the relationships that bring you happiness, the experiences that fulfill you, and the simple pleasures that make life meaningful. By releasing what no longer serves you, you open the door to a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. This is your journey, and it's one that deserves to be lived fully, authentically, and with an open heart. Let go of what's unnecessary and make room for a life filled with joy, purpose, and contentment. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found these insights inspiring, let us know in the comments. Your feedback means the world. Until next time, keep embracing a life of freedom and joy. See you soon on Wisdom Essence.